This is a 320 Bunkhouse Springdale fifth wheel here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And I love this model. I love the concept of a front quad bunkhouse and a fifth wheel. It makes so much more sense to me than a rear bunkhouse. The whole idea here is that mom and dad get a nice big rear bedroom, and we have just, this whole thing is just loaded with tons of windows for lots of light and lots of viewing. You're gonna just see tons of glass on here. But the key point of this floor plan is that up in the nose, where you'd normally find the bed of a fifth wheel, you'll find the kids' 4 bunks. It makes so much more sense to me. The kids are younger, more limber, often smaller, at least until they hit their teenage years most of the time. Some of them can spring up. But, you know, they don't mind ducking and getting into a bed the way that mom or dad or even myself would. Springdale is actually one of the original brands from Keystone. At the time of this filming, you know, they're over 15 years old now. You know, a lot of years of experience down there from the largest manufacturer of towable RVs in North America. Maybe the world, I don't know, I haven't checked that stat, but I know in North America, Keystone is the largest. So you're working with the biggest company with some huge warranty support and a lot of years of experience on, you know, a little bit of trial and error, figuring out what needs to be done and what they can do better. Now, cool thing on these, even though this is their starter point fifth wheel, it does have the correct track alignment system. You see 2 things going on here. One, we have a wide stance axle system with some nice, good-looking wheels. You know, everyone knows that shiny makes it faster, but those are nice aluminum wheels. Now, the wide stance system does a couple things for us. It adds a little bit of extra travel between the wheels. You see that rocker arm, and you can imagine how much more travel you get between those wheels, but it also adds stability at higher speeds, so the trailer isn't inclined to go like this behind you. Now, where you can tell immediately if this has correct track when you see the yellow stop sign right here. That's what I call it, and everyone knows what that means. Basically, in our shop we have a laser sight system where we can make sure once your trailer is loaded, because that can change the alignment when it's loaded, that we can sight it and make sure these are right. All we do is take a little mechanism, turn that crank a little bit to align your tires properly, and you're good to go. You don't have any premature wear and tear of your braking, of your tire tread, of any of that. We do have power awning, we do have outside speakers on here, and one thing I like to point out on a Springdale, because this is pretty unique, is it has a friction hinge door. Watch this. See how it catches? There are no holdbacks on a Springdale door. There is no cheap little plastic hinge that can break on you. But look at how hard I have to shove that, and it still won't close itself. You have to, you know, really grab and push this door. It's purposely friction sprung so that the wind can't rip it open. Another cool thing is even with your slider panel closed, you can still open your door here. You don't have to slide it open the handle, and do that. You have a handy little mechanism right here to do that, all in one stop shop. Now, as I mentioned, this does have a, I don't know, plethora of windows, I think feels appropriate. You've got these extra large windows up here, and even the windows in your slide in this class are larger than pretty much any other trailer in its class. Springdale is not afraid to put a lot of glass in their trailers. They have swapped out from the airbed to the trifold memory foam sofa, which is more, well, most people report more comfortable, but more importantly, more reliable. It can't go flat on you. It can't break. I mean, there's just not stuff to go wrong with it. A freestanding dining table here is something that allows everyone a little more room around the table, and you don't have to feel like you're necessarily bumping elbows, and you don't have to do the butt scoot to get in and out of your seat. And this is something I think is cool. They have this little charging station here right between your 2 primary seating areas. You see it has 2 USB ports for things like phones. It has a what I grew up calling a cigarette lighter, but they now call a power point. But you know, you have more convenience factors like that in here. And I mean, you're still looking at some very nice stuff. You know, we still have residential grade fixtures here in your slides. Like I said, lots of windows and big open living room space. Lots of breathable, comfortable room in here. Now, typically, we will upgrade the air conditioner on these to a 15K instead of a 13.5. In English, that simply means 50% more powerful. Very generous amount of cabinet space. Now, I've had someone say, oh, it only has one drawer. Don't forget the 4 drawers over here. And you can see that these are full extension. You know, actual wood box construction. This isn't like press board with a wrap or anything like that you more commonly see in a price point like this. And we have a couple nice little pot pan type drawers or just additional storage. This is actually not a bad spot for something like flashlights, you know. And you have all this storage space, and pardon me, and this is your control panel right here. All your really important buttons and switches are hidden out of the way. You can control your power awning right from here, which does more often than not on these. I believe it's standard now, has the LED light strip under the awning. That's a tough thing for you to try to see in shop, because most of the time when you're going to look at this on a dealer's lot, it's not plugged in. But all of your black and gray tanks are, you know, you can check right here. This actually has 2 gray tanks. You have one for the kitchen and then one for the bathroom. So you can have a great deal of day-to-day use in here. Right when you walk in, we've got a floor-to-ceiling coat closet, which obviously can work for more than just coats. But it is perfect for doing that. And it's right down at ground level where the kids can actually hang up a coat and get to it. They don't have to get mom and dad involved. And this is a cool place to see the wood construction they use, and I have a perfect example of it here. They move really fast at these factories. So if this guy doesn't hit this screw dead center on the piece of wood, like you see here, you see how he actually hit it a little low. They use a number 2 North American spruce for their wood in here. That is the 2nd highest grade of wood you can get. The advantage there is that type of wood has an interlocking grain, meaning it's stronger and it's just really not inclined if that guy doesn't hit the screw dead center in that board to blow the side of it out. The refrigerator in a Springdale is a little different. Most in this class are going to have a 6 cubic foot fridge that have the little knuckle buster, you have to push and pull and twist design. This just has a 7 cubic fridge with an easy open design. 7 cubic foot instead of 6, meaning it can hold 6 more Hungry Man dinners than the common fridge. Now notice too on your countertop space here, especially with the sink cover on, you have a lot of space, but they left you this big open section over here. Why is that? Because people at Springdale are smart. They know that most people are right-handed. So you're going to be inclined to do your cooking and flipping your burgers and spinning your mac and cheese, I don't know. Then you're going to want to set a spoon somewhere. This is the natural organic place to set that. And though that sounds dumb that they left you counter space right there, look around. When you start looking into and shopping these things, pretend you're using them. Don't feel silly, but sit on the toilet. Make sure there's room for you. You see how large this bathroom is, how much space you're going to have. Also, in a Springdale, again, even though this is their starter point fifth wheel, because this is a Keystone product who makes the big things like Montana and Cougar and Alpine and Laredo, you get the advantage of some of the nicer appliances and fixtures here. Like, this is a true porcelain stool. It's cheaper for them to use the nice stool like this than to stock a cheaper plastic stool just to use on a couple of their trailers. The linen cabinet here behind the shower is a great idea, and it shocks me how many fifth wheels, even in the $60,000 and up range, have nowhere to put a towel in the bathroom. And cool thing here is because the bathroom is on the lower level of the fifth wheel, you will not ever bump your head unless your name is Wilt Chamberlain, and even then I think you're a little bit hard pressed. Just to give you an example, I'm 6'3" with my shoes on, back against the wall here, and you can see how much space there is above this. Take a quick trip to the bedroom in the back here. Pardon me. I try not to jostle the camera on too much. Sometimes it is inevitable. Now, because the bunks are in the front, we have a very nice rear bedroom loaded with windows. Very comfortable atmosphere back here. It's very wide open, and what's slick is I love this rear color accent wall. It just adds a feeling of depth to this bedroom back here. Now, cool thing is this is 50 amp service, has the option of adding a second air conditioner here in the bedroom if you are so inclined. However, the way it's currently equipped, even though it's a 50 amp unit, with a simple $8 or $9 adapter, you can cut your power plug down to a 30 amp plug and take this coach anywhere as it's equipped today. and that's why we like to do it, to give you basically the ultimate in flexibility. You have bedside stands on both sides with plugs, and that'll allow you to run your alarm clocks and fans. And a lot of folks have breathing machines, and sleep apnea diagnosis is becoming more and more and more common. Shirt closets in a wardrobe, or pardon me, in a Springdale are 50% wider, bigger, more storage, more coats and hats and everything in here than basically anything else in their class, and they're still giving you the nice storage above the bed instead of just a cheap shelf. A lot of good stuff going on here. But of course, I love these big windows back here, and I'm actually even covering the third window with that door. Just, you can imagine all the light and the awesome scenic views you can get in here. And of course, this is set up for a handy flat screen mounted against that wall. Basically, there's a little support backer laminated right into that wall so that you can probably put roughly about a 20-inch TV up there. I doubt you'd need anything bigger. And from the bedroom looking forward, when you wake up in the morning, you're greeted with a very nice, warm, welcoming kitchen and living room area here. And what's nice is the kids sleep all the way up here on the other side of the trailer, so that if they do kind of horse around a little bit at night, they're not going to keep mom and dad up. And notice that they use the same accent colored wall in the front here, and a window for each kid. You know, they have their own little entertainment shelf up here, storage for the kids. They even have an extra air vent up here, so that if you do just want to open some windows and let in some cross ventilation, you have both the roof vent and 4 windows to allow the kids to breathe. And standard item here, we do have a nice name brand LED flat screen television. Might be LCD, not a whole lot of difference between the two. But you also have the nicer entertainment system. This is not only a CD stereo with outside speakers, it is also a DVD player. It is also Bluetooth enabled. So if you want to, you know, turn your cell phone on or any Bluetooth device, you can wirelessly stream music to this. Technically, you can probably take phone calls through your trailer. The other cool thing here is with this USB port, you can either plug a camera into it and watch a picture slideshow on your television, or you can use it to charge your device. Let's say you have an MP3 player that's not Bluetooth ready. Plug your speaker or your headphone jack in here, plug the USB port in, set it maybe inside here on this shelf where there are additional power outlets for easy charging, or set it up here, and you can listen to whatever you like, wherever you like. Very cool. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. One quick thing to mention. I'm not sure the name of this color scheme as I'm walking through it. If the pictures look a little bit different from this video, it's because we sell a lot of this trailer. When they first come in for the season, unless there's been major changes, I like to go through and I'll make one big video like this. But if the fabrics are a little bit different in the pictures you're looking at, the pictures tend to be a little more accurate and up to date. But don't hesitate to call so we can verify that for you. Thank you, everybody. Happy camping.